In the quiet town of Jilani, surrounded by green fields and gentle mountains, a blessed child was born in the year 1077. His mother, a woman known for her piety and honesty, held him close and named him Abdul Qadir. From the very beginning, people could see something special about him. He was calm, kind, and his heart was always drawn toward Allah. As a young boy, while other children ran in the fields, Abdul Qadir preferred sitting in peaceful corners, reciting the Quran, or watching the world with thoughtful eyes. He never lied, never hurt anyone, and always helped those around him. His mother often said, "This child is chosen for something great." When Abdul Qadir turned 18, he asked his mother for permission to travel to Baghdad, the greatest center of knowledge at that time. With a heavy heart but full trust in Allah, she sewed some money into his clothes and said, "My son, never leave the path of truth." He promised, kissed her hand, and began his long journey. On the way, a frightening moment came. Bandits attacked the caravan. They demanded money from everyone. When they reached Abdul Qadir, he calmly told them he had money hidden in his clothes. The leader was shocked. "Why would you tell the truth?" He asked. Abdul Qadir replied softly, "Because my mother told me to never lie." Those simple words shook the hearts of the robbers. The leader dropped his weapons, tears filling his eyes. A boy who keeps his mother's advice even in fear. "Then what have I been doing with my life?" Many of them repented that very moment. This was the first sign of the light Allah had placed in Abdul Qadir's heart. When he reached Baghdad, he threw himself into learning. His days were filled with studying Quran, Hadith, Islamic law, and Arabic. His nights were spent in worship, often standing for hours in prayer. He ate little, slept little, and spoke only words of goodness. People began to notice his sincerity and devotion. Years passed, and Abdul Qadir grew into a wise and humble scholar. When he finally began teaching, the halls of Baghdad filled beyond capacity. Rich and poor, young and old, all gathered to listen. His words were simple but powerful, reaching straight into the hearts of people. He taught them to love Allah, to speak the truth, to help the poor, and to purify their hearts from pride and greed. Stories began to spread about his kindness and his miracles. A hungry man would come to him, and somehow food would appear. A troubled soul would sit with him, and their heart would find peace. People began calling him Gaus-e-Azam, the greatest helper. Despite the fame, he lived with complete humility. He wore simple clothes, ate simple food, and always served others before himself. His nights continued to be filled with worship, and his days with teaching and giving charity. He grew older, but his heart remained full of light. In the year 1166, in the blessed city of Baghdad, Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jilani returned to his Lord. His house was filled with students, followers, and people who had been guided by his wisdom and compassion. Today, centuries later, his name still shines. Millions remember him as Sultan ul-Awliya, the King of Saints, a man whose entire life was dedicated to truth, kindness, and the love of Allah. And it all began with a young boy who chose honesty, even when the world around him did not.